Welcome to New Orleans and Extreme Makeover Home Edition's 50-state tour, ending it in New Orleans. As you can see behind me, we've got an incredible build. We've got a green build that Deltec Homes has championed that we want to share with you.
Deltec Homes has been building green homes for 40 years, and when we heard from Extreme Makeover that we were going to have the opportunity to not only build a home for them, but to build a green home for them, it was an excellent opportunity for us to continue to push the envelope and create one of the greenest homes that we could.
The premise of the show was to replace a home lost to some local heroes in the New Orleans area, homes that were lost to Katrina. This project gave us an opportunity to showcase two of the things that we do very well. Number one, wind resistance, and number two, green building.
This home achieved two really important green building ratings: a LEED Platinum certification, along with the National Association of Home Builders Gold Level certification. So we hit the highest level of the most comprehensive standard. And we did it in 106 hours. So the bar was high and we met the challenge. To me, one of the most powerful things about going through a green building certification is the design element. It truly makes you think ahead of time, how do all the pieces of the house work together?
Deltec Home is a panelized house, which means we build the walls in panels, we ship them to the job site, where they're going to be assembled on the foundation, and they're going to perform and function with very predictable results. So it's a real good fit for doing this.
But this entire house can go together in just a matter of days. Now here at Extreme Makeover, it's a matter of hours. But if you take a look around, by the time this house is done, it's not going to have seen a drop of rain. What that means for durability is this house is going to outlast its neighbors.
If I'm going to use a very tight envelope, then I need to consider my mechanical system. You know, how can I make best use of my water efficiency? All of those systems in the house have an impact on each other. And so by going through this certification process, it really enhances the overall performance of the house.
From an engineering standpoint, we were faced with a very unique set of challenges because we were putting homes into a high-risk area. We have the risk of hurricanes, tornadoes, and flooding. To conquer those challenges, we designed these homes to withstand extreme wind speeds in excess of those required by the building code.
Since we're in a flood zone, we are raising the level of this house quite a bit above the floodplain. So that's going to mean that this house is going to outlast the neighbors if they ever have another flood situation. Take a look at the foundation, it's all concrete. Water is not going to damage this foundation.
The circular shape of the Deltec home sheds the wind. And additionally, our unique design features distribute the force resulting from those wind loads to all the elements of the home, not focusing the force in one wall or one plane as if you had a square home.
You can imagine the circular shape sort of deflecting the wind in an aerodynamic fashion, almost like a race car. As that wind flows around the house, there's not a whole lot of pressure put on the house itself. That has two benefits. The first, hurricane resistance. With the wind flowing around the house, it's not going to push the house over. The second benefit is energy efficiency. As that wind goes around the house, it's much less likely to come inside the house. And as air comes into your house, those drafts can cost you 25 to 40% of your energy efficiency.
So a lot of these same qualities, again, that make the house virtually indestructible also make it very energy efficient and very sustainable.
This could very well be the greenest home in Louisiana and perhaps on the Gulf Coast. For instance, we really focused on the parts of the home that are going to provide the most energy efficiency, durability, comfort, and health for the homeowner. So things like, how tight can we make that house? We want to put really good windows and really tighten the envelope of the house with a good insulation.
So this is what's called a blower door. We basically block off the door, put a big fan in the door, and this fan sucks air out of the house. What we're looking for is that the house is built tight, there aren't a lot of holes, there aren't a lot of leaks.
We look at things like, how do we make sure that that wood in that house is going to last a long time? So how do we keep termites out? How do we keep mold and moisture issues out?
We have a very high quality, energy efficient window. It's got an argon fill. It's also got a low E layer on the outside. All of the home is treated with this blue wood. It's a borate product that is a termiticide, keeps termites from wanting to eat this material. It's also a mold resistant, mildew resistant, and a moisture regulator for the wood itself. This is a great product from a durability standpoint. As we walk down, you can start to see that for the wall panels that we've pre-assembled, we've got our house wrap, which we're going to start to integrate together so we have one continuous weather-resistant barrier over the entire structure.
We used materials intentionally that had low emitting characteristics. So for instance, the kitchen cabinets were built out of a particle board that doesn't have certain types of formaldehyde that, you know, people can get sick from. If you pay close attention to those details, then the homeowner is much happier in their home. These are characteristics that we're going to start to see more and more in homes that are built, and we want to enable folks to do them now. And the benefit there is really that the homeowner is guaranteed that they're getting what they asked for. They know that the design was done correctly. They know that it was built properly. So at the end of the day, they're getting the house that they truly want, and it's going to perform as it was intended.
Deltec Home is really the house of the future. It can adapt to these changing climatic conditions that we're seeing, skyrocketing energy prices, which are a concern to everybody, these very challenging environmental conditions that we all are living in today. A Deltec house can perform very well in even these harsh conditions.
As this family gets to know their house and lives in it, they're going to realize that this really is different, and it really is better. And as we start to combine all of those elements of energy efficiency and health and comfort and durability, we look to Deltec to provide the other missing piece, which is safety. This family lost their home twice to a high wind event. And so at Deltec, we can now provide them with a structure that's going to be around for years to come. It's an amazing experience to really consider the magnitude of what we were all a part of. It's emotional, it's captivating, it's just really one of the wildest things that I've ever been a part of. And on some level, it's really hard to describe to people that weren't there, but it really, we came out of there feeling like we had made a difference in a way that we'd never been able to before.